शङ्कर हर हर शङ्कर जय जय शङ्कर हर हर शङ्कर।
ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। श्री गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। Voice of God, Deivathin Kural, Chapter 4, Vedic Religion, and today's topic is religion that had spread the world over. What we call today as Hindu religion was the only religion that had prevailed all over the world in olden times. Since that was the only religion in the world, there was no need to assign a name to it. It is my view that because of this, there is no name for our religion in our basic text. If we look at any old archaeological researches, we find several features of our Vedic religion in other countries. For example, there is an archaeological find in Egypt. It is a document relating to a treaty entered into between two kings 1300 years before Christ and has been dug out. In this, it has been stated that the witness to the treaty is Mitra Varuna. Mitra Varunas or Devatas mentioned in our Vedas. About 70% of the names of places in Madagascar seem to have Sanskrit roots. There is relationship between Ramesses, a royal name, and our Rama. In the southern hemisphere, there are similar symbols of our religion. During our Navaratri, there is a festival in Mexico. It is called Ramasita. Wherever the earth is dug, Pillayar idols are found. Before the Spaniards entered that country and captured it, the old inhabitants there were called Aztecs. This is a distortion of the word Azteca. In Peru, exactly at the time of Holy Vishu, that is the first day of Chaitra, people perform pujas in the temples for Surya. They are called Incas. Inan is a name for Surya. Are we not calling Rama as Inakula Tilakan? I have seen in a book, Spencer Killan, Native Tribes of Central Australia, page numbers 128 and 129, pictures of Australian tribes dancing naked. Below the pictures, the caption given is Siva dance. I examined it carefully. On the forehead of every one of the dancers, a third eye had been drawn. In Borneo Island, a huge forest was considered as virgin forest. There, no one had entered since creation. When researchers entered it and made research, a document was found which had been written in letters similar to our Grantha Lipi. The document contains the following information. A particular king performed a particular yajna. The Upastamba was planted at a particular place. He gave away Karpaga Vriksha as gifts to Brahmins. This is called Upa inscription of Mulavarman of Kotte. It is the same Englishman who ridiculed our religion who found out these things and publicized them. There is something more than all these which occurs to me, and I shall tell you. It may look funny. The Sagaras dug up and went down to Patal Loka in search of the Yajna Ahars. The ocean that was formed then came to be known as Sagar after their name. Finally, they found the horse near Kapila Maharishi's ashram. Thinking that he had stolen the horse, they subjected him to cruelty. He stared at them and with that one stare reduced them to ashes. This is part of the Ramayana story. If we take America, which is exactly opposite to our country as Patal, Kapilaranyam, which is there, may be California. Kapilaranya distorted as Kaliparanya and now California, just as Madurai has become Marudai. Close to that we have Horse Island and Ash Island. One another thing also occurs to me regarding Sagara and Sagaram. It is said that Sahara Desert also was a sea once. I am inclined to think that Sagaram became Sahara. Seeing that all over the world there are relics of our religion, researchers say that some of our people went there people of that country came here, several interchanges took place. To me, it was only one dharma that existed all over. It appears that these relics are of those who have lived there from the beginning. Looking at the evidences that have come up, which are within the period of recent history, that is within about 2000 or 3000 years, researchers say that Indians had moved to these countries and either wiped out the civilization that existed there and introduced Hindu civilizations, or those civilizations were observed into Hindu civilization. But there are relics of the Orthodox religion 4000 years old or even more in several countries. In other words, even as civilized life started in these countries, these aspects of the Orthodox religions were already there. A separate religion for the Adivasis of these countries appeared only later. Thus, in Greece, an ancient religion came up in which big temples were built and people worshipped at these temples. In this religion also, there are aspects of our Orthodox religion. In the period before Christ, Semitic and Hebrew religions were there in the areas where Christ lived. In these religions, there are aspects of Vedic religion, including a kind of Varnashrama division. The aborigines of Mexico followed different religions. They have also seen divine day in different aspects of nature and worshipped them as different devatas, similar to what is said in the Vedas. These aborigines also have a lot of rituals. Today, none of these religions has survived, including that of Greece, that is Hellenic, which had peaked to its zenith. In all these places, it is mostly Christianity. Right up to Japan through Central Asia and East Asian countries, Buddhism has spread. In many places, there is Islam. In the forests of South Africa, among the original inhabitants of the place, the religions being practiced or their original religions, say the researchers. Even in such ancient religions, there are aspects of our Orthodox religion. I shall give an example. Before that, I shall revert to one other matter. When philosophical truths are explained, it is the usual practice to present them in the form of stories. Only then, ordinary people can understand them easily. They cannot digest philosophical truths as they are. Either they should be given a story form or should be introduced into a ritual, and people should be made to perform such rituals. It is only when religious rituals are performed, the philosophical truths they symbolize will be understood. In saying this, I am not one with those who argue all rituals are symbolic. It is enough if the inner meaning symbolized by rituals is understood. There is no need for rituals. A ritual by itself does have power. In the same manner, I do not say the stories of Puranas only explain high truths. They should not be taken as real events. In fact, they are all noble narratives of what had actually happened. At the same time, they themselves show us the philosophical truths. In the same way, they all have philosophical meanings in rituals that yield immediate benefits and then give the mental power that does not seek any reward and give us merit. But over a long period, such stories or rituals get divested of their inner meanings, which are the philosophical truths, or they may be forgotten altogether. In foreign lands, when religions developed without relationship to the Vedic religion of thousands of years, this is how the orthodox philosophical truth got completely changed. Voice of God will continue. Pradosha Shankara, Pratyaksha Shankara. Tennarudiya Periyava Potri. எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. சர்வஜ்ஞா சர்வவ்யாபி பெரியவா சரணம். மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மகாபெரியவாடி போற்றி.